Get ready as the bull market continues, guys. Bitcoin topped out at 93,000 this week. What is its next move and price target? I'll share that with you. And Xrp's going parabolic. What will it do next? I'll share the price targets there as well. I've got different charts. We're going to talk about altcoins because this market is heating up, guys. And members of Congress are going after the SEC and Gary Gensler over Prometheum. They haven't forgotten about that shady business. I'll share the details. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, let's start with Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin is sitting at $90,739. It's been fluctuating between $89,000 to $91,000, and that's because it's consolidating. We were anticipating this type of slowdown and consolidation. I've been sharing that with you guys, right? When you have these parabolic pumps, you need to pull back, you need to slow down to build the support levels so that we can go to higher prices. I don't make the rules. Those are the market principles. Those are things I've learned over the years. This applies to the stock market and other asset classes as well. So this bull market moves in phases. So you have to keep these principles and these foundational knowledge items in the back of your mind because you don't want to move by your emotions because the market can play with your emotions. So we're expecting Bitcoin to consolidate here. How long? I don't know. That's the thing. We have to just monitor the charts every day to see what is it telling us. Because more often than not, you have to let the market show you what it wants to do, which direction it's going, and what are the different signals like RSI and all these things doing. So what's the next price target, guys? Once Bitcoin breaks out of this consolidation zone, where are we going next? Well, analyst Matthew Hyland shared a great chart. He plotted the Fibonacci model on the Bitcoin chart, showing the consolidation we're in here, possibly into the remainder of November, and then a breakout possibly in December. And I say possibly because this is a probability. We don't have certainties or guarantees because no one has a crystal ball. But he's showing a potential move to the 2.618, which would put us around $113,000. So let's see if that plays out, but it definitely looks highly probable. It's not outside of the realm of possibility here. And I agree with this. And from my own chart analysis, I think this is a very conservative view of what may happen next. So he says Bitcoin's consolidating on the first Fibonacci target after a big move up, likelier hinting it wants more. So guys, it's no secret we are in a bull market and we have not hit the blow off top yet. We still have upside to go. And remember, even if you don't hold Bitcoin, you want Bitcoin to do as well as possible because the liquidity flows in from Bitcoin and then it goes to the altcoins. So it's important to understand these concepts and how the market flows and works. Another analyst shared a high time frame view of Bitcoin's next move using the Elliott wave chart patterns. So notice I'm sharing with you guys both Fibonacci and Elliott wave. I don't use one model. I use as many data sets as possible to help form my thesis so that I am getting the best view of the market. He's showing also the consolidation here, a breakout upwards to about 110 to 112,000. That's in line with what Matthew's saying. But then a pullback possibly to the mid 90,000s before continuing upwards to maybe 130,000. And then possibly the continuation of the wave 5 into 150,000. Now, possibly, right? These are probabilities, not certainties. But if everything goes according to plan, there's no black swan events or major macro factors, then this thing will continue to move like this and there will be a blow off top. So you want to have a plan, know where you're taking profits at because there's no guarantee it goes to 150,000. It may top out at 130 or possibly lower. So keep these things in mind. I have my plans. I'm going to be taking a good amount of profit as Bitcoin crosses $100,000. Now, one of the catalysts that I think is going to drive more liquidity and capital into Bitcoin is that Bitcoin ETF options are right around the corner. We know the SEC approved them already, but it has to get approved by the other agencies like the CFTC and OCC. Well, here, Eric Balchunas of Bloomberg is reporting the CFTC just dropped a notice clearing the way for spot Bitcoin ETF options to be listed. This is the second hurdle they needed to clear after the SEC. Ball now in the OCC's court, and they are into it, so they'll probably list very soon. Folks, We're getting very close. This could be the catalyst that sends Bitcoin over 100,000 because it's going to open up a ton of options for liquidity to come in. Now, I know some of you may argue, hey, options and all these things have been used to manipulate other markets. And that's true. There may be some manipulation down the road. I don't think it's going to happen right away. And Bitcoin is a truly global asset class that runs 24/7. So we'll see. It may not have the same level of manipulation that we've seen with gold and other asset classes due to the nature of how Bitcoin operates. So we'll see. But this is why you need to have a plan and take your profits accordingly, guys. So with Bitcoin doing all these great things, we're seeing the liquidity flow through the altcoin market. And of course, many people are talking about XRP. It is up over 106% over the past 7 days, currently at $1.13, looking very good. And here's a chart that I've been sharing with you guys, the money flow throughout the crypto market. And obviously, I've been telling you guys, be patient, right? I've been saying it on live streams and much more. The liquidity is going to cycle through the market. Cardano, XRP, and many of these blue chip altcoins will wake up, and we're seeing that on their charts, right, guys? And altcoins are going to run just along with Bitcoin, right? Often right behind Bitcoin. So if you've been paying attention to what's happening, it's exactly like I've been saying, right? We saw Dogecoin wake up, we saw Cardano wake up, and now we're seeing XRP and some of these other altcoins. So the liquidity will flow throughout the market. Here, analyst Crypto Michael said, retail FOMO has started, but it's nowhere near the levels of March 2021. I'm expecting max FOMO hysteria by Christmas. So this is in line with Bitcoin continuing to over $100,000 as we head into December, which aligns with the options possibly being approved. And then altcoins going bananas, like XRP's been going bananas. And you look at its chart, it's looking very good. Obviously, we got work to do. I've been sharing with you guys the Solana chart. We need XRP to follow that path. But the good thing is it's broken out of that downtrend. It's fully awake. There's liquidity coming in. People are paying attention. But one thing I want to call out to you on the daily RSI, it is extremely overbought. Now, this is the short term. So expect XRP to cool down, build support levels the same way Bitcoin is building support levels here, then continue its move up. So please understand this. I'm trying to share this knowledge because people think it must go up in a straight line. That's not possible, right? That is not how markets work. So be prepared. And if you're taking profits, you're taking profits. I'm personally not. I'm looking to break through the old all-time highs. And, if we put the Fibonacci model on here, if we go to the 2.618, that is about a $5 price point. Higher than that, 3.618, we're about over $6. So that's what I'm anticipating. It's not a guarantee. It's not a certainty, but that's what I'm looking at. And there's a lot of narratives around XRP that the SEC's laws, Gensler is out. Ripple won the lion's share of the lawsuit, of course. XRP remained in the top 10 despite the lawsuit over the years, which is incredible. I don't care if you hate it. You have to accept the facts. Those are facts. And of course, there are many ETF issuers looking to get XRP ETFs. If you didn't catch my interview with Matt Hogan of Bitwise from today, go watch that interview. We talk about the XRP ETF they filed and all the great things they're doing. They have an index fund that's going to be an ETF that includes XRP and other altcoins. So it doesn't matter what your feelings or your emotions say. What matters is what the market is doing and what the charts are telling us. Now here, Crypto Wizard, which he's been doing great analysis and has been calling for XRP to break out. He said XRP full send from the bottom to the top, up 77.56% in 5 days. Well, we know it's higher now. He published this earlier today. XRP is exploding above 90 cents. The key bull market level is $1.32 is en route. So that's the next target. And expect a cool down there, right, guys? So what will happen is that many of these altcoins will become overbought from the RSI standpoint. The liquidity will flow out a bit from them, go back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin will make its move. I hope you're learning something here because it took me a while to learn that, guys. And then I really started to understand the market better and how to make money. So XRP is ripping. All the haters are hiding right now. They're going back under their rocks. And this is why you don't invest with emotions. You don't get emotionally attached to a coin, guys. You have to look at the charts and the fundamentals and so forth. So things are moving in the right direction. Here, Dan Tapiero, macro investor, weighed in again. And once again, he's not some XRP army, XRP community guy. Dan Tapiero has been investing in gold before crypto. He's been a big Bitcoin guy, and he's talking about XRP. He says, very rare within the world of financial markets to see any market plus 100% in 2 weeks, engulfing 3 years of selling and sideways movement. Shorts are dead. Markets suggest structural change afoot. XRP now a $65 billion asset. Didn't happen by mistake. Ripple made in the USA. Hashtag digital asset evolution, I think, or explosion. But Dan Tapiero, I've had him on the podcast a couple of times. Go look at what this guy is investing in his portfolio. He's got $100 million crypto funds and so forth. So he's not, some guy who works for Ripple or some guy who just holds XRP. This man's been investing in all types of assets even before crypto. The point is, he's being unbiased and he sees what's happening on the charts. And that's what I'm trying to share with you guys. Don't listen to the futsters or the haters. Now, I'm going to make a statement here. It may get some people upset. Because XRP is moving, you're going to see some ridiculous price predictions. People are going to go, oh, $1,000. Oh, $155.89. That is bullshit. Be careful. Don't fall for stuff like that. Look at the charts and what the indicators and the analysis is telling you, right, guys? That's important. Leave all the conspiracy theories and all the garbage behind. Don't get caught up in that because people will tell you it's going to $1,000 and you will miss the bull market. You won't take profits. Be careful. Okay. I say that because I had to learn that lesson. So you're going to see a lot of channels start pumping crazy price points, guys. And they're doing it for views, and they won't actually give you market analysis or chart analysis. They won't give you fundamentals. They'll give you fairy tales. So be careful and know who you're and what you're watching, right? You got to check your emotions. We all want higher prices. I've been on record. I'm here to make money. I would love for XRP to go to $1,000. That is not possible based on what is taking place with the market, right? So people also do this for Bitcoin and other assets, right? They say Bitcoin's going to $1 million this cycle. Okay, whatever. That's not realistic based on the charts. Be smart. Please pay attention to what's happening on the charts. All right, guys, quick word from our sponsor, and that is VeChain. VeChain is one of the top layer one smart contract enterprise blockchains out there. They are working with many brands and companies around the world building Web3 and decentralized applications. Some of the great features of the VeChain blockchain includes it's secure, affordable, scalable, fast, and sustainable. I've been a holder of the VET token for many years. I'm very bullish on it. I think it will do well this bull market cycle. Some of the enterprise partners that VeChain has is Givenchy, BMW, Walmart China, Boston Consulting Group, PwC. So they're working with a lot of big companies around the globe, guys. So if you'd like to learn more about VeChain, go to vechain.org. Link will be in the description. Now, guys, as mentioned, as the bull market continues, more altcoins are going to break out. Here, Crypto, who has a multi-million-dollar XRP trade, is highlighting that BNB, the Binance token, is going to break out soon. His chart is looking very bullish. I don't personally hold any BNB. You can't hold everything, but if you do, it's going to move. So get ready. It's looking very, very bullish. So this is why you want to follow the charts to see what's happening, guys. Now, check this out. Remember Prometheum, the shady company that Gary Gensler has been backing and essentially giving them the special dealer broker license, right? That was the license he was working with FTX on to have Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX have that exclusive way of listing tokens so that he could do the regulatory capture of the entire market. But of course, Sam Bankman-Fried was stealing customer funds and doing epic fraud, and Gensler didn't even do his job, right? Well, Gensler moved on and he started working with Prometheum, and it looks like the members of Congress are not forgetting about that. They're going after them. So here, Eleanor Terrett says, Fox Business has learned that some Republican members of the Financial Committee, led by Representative John Rose, sent a letter today to SEC Chair Gary Gensler and FINRA President/CEO Robert Cook, expressing concern over their continued silence regarding Prometheum's May launch of custody services for Ethereum as a so-called crypto asset security. There's that terminology, right? The letter states that the agency's silence on the matter signals they are complicit in creating market confusion and uncertainty, given that the SEC has already acknowledged that ETH is not a security and that the term crypto asset security does not apply to the token itself, but rather the manner in which it is sold. Here's a quote from the letter. Players in the digital asset space deserve certainty from their regulators, Rose writes. Yet under Chair Gensler, they've only received chaos and confusion. I hope while Chair Gensler is cleaning out his office, he can heed our concerns seriously and maybe deliver some real guidance on his way out of the door. I love that. I love that. Here, Congressman John Rose retweeted that, and he and he reiterated, about Gary Gensler cleaning out his office. But this is great, right? Even if Gensler doesn't do anything, the point is you are breaking down his false optics and narratives. You are exposing him, right? So it shows that he has been lying. He has not been operating in good faith. You want to do the exposing and make sure he goes out of here, and there's no afterthought of, oh, maybe Gensler was right or whatever. No, 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 he wasn't right. Because Gensler may go do a media tour after he's out, right? To try to cover his tracks and say, oh, no, I wasn't doing this. But we got to expose him, get it out there, right? So people know what's happening. But Gensler's a scumbag. We know that, right? I've been calling him a scumbag regulator for years now. That's what he's been up to. Now, check this news out, guys. This is good news. So the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Southern District of New York is going to pare back crypto-related cases. And they've been a bit aggressive, right? The New York Attorney General's office. Don't get me wrong, guys. There's a nuance here. We want them to do their jobs to stop scammers and bad actors. We're not saying they should stop that because there are bad people trying to do stuff. That exists in every asset class and industry. That's the human civilization, right? Bad people do things, right? This is why we have laws, we have police, and so forth. This is the nature of human civilization. So it goes without saying. But some people get confused by some things that we often talk about. We're not saying don't go after scammers. The problem is Gary Gensler was going to take down bad actors instead of stopping the scammers. Like he didn't stop FTX. Sam Bankman-Fried was in his office multiple times, meeting with him and the SEC officials. They didn't do their job and going to look and see what the hell is Sam doing? Is his business in order? Is he stealing customer funds? They didn't do that. They were instead trying to position a regulatory capture, as I mentioned before, but that whole thing fell apart. So the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York, a prominent and powerful court that has brought numerous high-profile crypto-related cases, plans to cut back on cases related to crypto, according to one of its top prosecutors. That doesn't mean prosecutors there will disregard crypto cases, but fewer people will be working on them compared to 2022. Scott Hartman, co-chief of the Securities and Commodity Fraud Task Force, said at the Manhattan court said during a Practicing Law Institute conference on Friday, according to Reuters. So once again, guys, they need to continue to make sure they're protecting consumers, but stop the political persecution because of Elizabeth Warren and all this garbage, right? Trying to attack good actors. So it sounds like this is the cleanup of some of the activities they've been doing and trying to change the optics, because many of these guys have been in alignment with Gensler and Warren. So this is a good sign. So we're seeing a lot of great things aligning here for the crypto industry, guys, and bullish times are ahead. Like I said, have a plan, know what price points you're taking profits at. Don't invest with your emotions. Don't say this asset is going to $1 bazillion and I'm not taking no profits. Now, don't get me wrong. If you don't need the money right now and you're like, you know what, I'll go through another bear market, that's your prerogative. That's your right. But if you are looking to make a profit, know there will be a top, and ridiculous price points are not going to happen. You have to be smart and dollar cost average out because no one can call the top. So guys, let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. And a great way to support me in the podcast, guys, if you appreciate the content I'm putting out for you guys, interviews and news, please sign up for my free email newsletter. It's 100% free. It's on Substack. Also, grab a copy of my book. Link will be in the description. Buy a copy for yourself and your friends and family. Give it as a gift this holiday. And if you bought a copy already, please leave a rating and review on Amazon. It will really help me out. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, and I'll talk to you all later.